You are listening to the Female Accountant Moms podcast with Dawn Goldberg, CPA. This is episode number 35, How to Enjoy Time Off. Welcome to the Female Accountant Moms podcast, the podcast where busy female accountants who also happen to be moms like you get practical support and solutions you need to have it all, a successful career and a happy family. If you are looking for the solution to overwhelm and mom guilt, if you'd like to feel better and have more balance, as well as learn how to take back control of your life, you've come to the right place. Hey there, welcome back to the show. I've got my air conditioner humming. It's Memorial Day weekend, and it's pretty hot here today. So if you hear that background noise, that's my air conditioner. Before I get started, I just want to ask you a favor. Could you please leave me a review on iTunes? If you use your app to listen to the show, that would be great. Just leave me a review because I just want to get the word out to other female accountant moms that this podcast exists and that there is help for them. That would be great. And also if you could share it, if you know any other female accountant moms that would really enjoy listening to the show. So this is a perfect topic today because this is Memorial Day weekend, which is usually the kickoff to summer season. So today is episode number 35, How to Enjoy Time Off. So summer is almost here, and it's that time of year when weekends, personal days, and vacations are focused on because the deadlines that accountants normally have and busy season are in the rearview mirror. It's that time when you get to reconnect with your family and friends and even with yourself. However, if you are like most working moms, you may return to the office after having time off feeling sluggish and more frazzled than ever before. You finally get stretches of free time to relax. However, when you come back to work after a weekend or after a vacation, you often feel like you need another break. So is the issue that your work is so challenging that it's difficult to relax? Or is it that you didn't unplug enough to actually recharge yourself? If you are a high-achieving woman and feel you need to always be producing at a high level, then it's safe to say that you may not know how to enjoy time off. If you can't stop thinking of work when you are off, you are not alone. Many hardworking moms and accountants in general have the same pattern of thinking. This week, I'm going to explore why you may be resisting enjoying time off and what you can do to change that. So let's start with why you may be resisting enjoying time off. With the advancement of technology and the ability to work from home, many working moms are able to enjoy this flexibility. Over the years, it has become one of the most sought after perks that a good number of women look for in their job search. Even if you don't work solely from home, no matter where you are, your cell phone makes it possible to do some form of work from pretty much anywhere. Whether you're on a train, at a doctor's appointment, or at home having dinner with your family, you have the ability to be connected to work. Now, for the past 15 years or so, I have had the flexibility to work from home on Fridays and also on Saturdays during tax season. This has helped me tremendously in my ability to balance my work life and my personal life. Now, the issue is not your ability to work from anywhere. The issue is what you believe about your need to work all the time because of your instant access to work from anywhere. The struggle to leave work at work is getting worse because of the blurred lines between where your work life ends and your personal life begins. You also may work for a partner or a boss who gets upset when you don't answer an email right away, even during your time off. They may believe that since you could be available, you should be. These expectations can create a lot of drama when you think there may be a consequence associated with not being available 24/7. Now, often the expectations of other people can then create what I call mind drama, which turns into a worst case scenario story like this, right? Follow this. If my boss is upset, I won't get a good review mid-year. If I don't get a good review, I won't get a bonus. If I don't get a bonus, I won't be able to pay for my kids' school. And if I don't pay for the right school for my kids, they will never get a good job. So you can see that your catastrophizing working mom brain will show you a long list of consequences for you not checking your email while you are having dinner with your family. Your drama queen brain will have you and your family homeless and living on the streets if you turn off your technology and enjoy your time off. In the accounting profession, there also tends to be a good deal of people pleasing because accountants are typically afraid of getting in trouble and fear that someone in authority will be upset. It can be especially difficult for female accountant moms who are struggling to balance their career with their family and not wanting to disappoint in either areas of their life. Your pain-avoiding brain will tell you that your fears are rational and show you all the negative consequences of unplugging when you have time off. Your brain will give you all the reasons that being available no matter what is in your best interest. And before you know it, you are rarely enjoying time off. You may spend $10,000 on a relaxing vacation and can't understand why you feel like you need a vacation afterwards. When you are hired to work for a company, you know rationally that your obligation is to get the work done in a timely manner, but your irrational brain then tells you a different story. It tells you that you need to be afraid of negative consequences of enjoying time off when there's a possibility that work needs to be done. Now, let's face it, there is never a shortage of work to be done in the accounting profession, right? With numerous deadlines and extensions, there is plenty for accountants to work on all year round. Now, that's great news for the profession, but what about your ability to enjoy time off? How do you learn to appreciate and get the most out of that time? So now let's talk about how to enjoy time off. The issue with not feeling relaxed and rejuvenated after having time off, whether it's for a weekend or for a week, is that you are taking your female accountant mom brain with you. If you haven't learned how to manage your mind, you haven't learned how to manage your life. You may believe that the way to reduce your stress and overwhelm is to get away from it all, but changing circumstances is not the solution. Learning how to enjoy time off requires managing your thoughts in order to experience the result of rejuvenation. If you haven't been enjoying your time off, it's probably due to your unmanaged mind creating feelings of fear or feeling of guilt. These feelings then lead to not unplugging from the office. And here are some of the thoughts that my unmanaged mind would think when I was away from the office. So it would tell me things like, you need to respond right away or the client will be upset. How will it look to your boss if you don't jump right away to reply to his message? You don't have time to relax with your husband after dinner because I'm sure there are people in the office still working. You work better under pressure. If you aren't being productive, you're being lazy. So those are just some of the thoughts that my unmanaged mind came up with. Now, if any of those thoughts resonate with you, then I suggest that you first get clear about what's going on in your own mind. Picture the last time that you had time off, whether it was for a night, a weekend, or a vacation, and you felt feelings of guilt, overwhelm, or fear. Once you have that specific time in your mind, spend a few minutes thinking about what you were thinking about. What were the thoughts you were having at the time that made you feel guilty, overwhelmed, fearful, or any other negative emotion. If you want to enjoy time off and you could choose any emotion that you would want to feel during your time off, which emotion would you pick? Maybe you want to feel relaxed or deserving. Perhaps you want to feel connected with a family member or with yourself. The great news is that you can feel any of those emotions on purpose. By choosing a thought that creates the desired feeling, you have instant relief. So here are a few examples to help jumpstart this for you. Now, if you want to feel relaxed instead of stressed when you have time off, you could think, all is well until I know differently. Or if you want to feel deserving of your time off instead of guilty, you could choose the thought, part of producing at a high level includes taking a well-deserved break to re-energize. Or maybe you want to feel connected with your spouse instead of feeling bad for having a date night when other people may still be in the office working. Well, you could choose to think that my relationship with my spouse takes commitment, and sometimes that commitment means making it a priority over everything else. Or if you want to feel connected with yourself instead of feeling judgmental of your choices, you could choose to think, I am at my best when I take time for myself and my self-care. Whether it's taking a small break that doesn't involve a phone screen or a TV screen, or whether it's planning a 10-day trip to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, the world will not end if you take time off and enjoy yourself. You will probably find you feel more restored and are able to get a better level of work done when you get back, when you get in the habit of giving yourself the gift of time off. As the saying goes, all work and no play makes Jill a dull girl. Your ability to be creative, to produce at a high level, and to manage whatever comes your way is greatly diminished when you don't unwind. Enjoying time off isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So turn off your phone notifications, kick off your shoes, and chillax, because all is well in this moment. So in summary, if you are a high-achieving woman and feel you need to always be producing at a high level, then it's safe to say you may not know how to enjoy time off. Even if you don't work solely from home, no matter where you are, your cell phone makes it possible to do some form of work from pretty much anywhere. Your pain-avoiding brain will tell you that your fears are rational and show you all the negative consequences of unplugging when you have time off. You may believe that the way to reduce your stress and overwhelm is to get away from it all, but changing circumstances is not the solution. And finally, whether it's taking a small break that doesn't involve a phone screen or a TV screen, or whether it's planning a 10-day trip to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, the world will not end if you take time off and enjoy yourself. So there you have it. That was episode number 35, How to Enjoy Time Off. And I really do hope that if you are one of those high-achieving women who cannot unplug, that you just start to think about what you've been thinking about. What have you been making it mean when you don't unplug your phone, when you don't take time away from technology, when you're constantly 24/7 working in some capacity? I really do hope that you give yourself permission to enjoy time off. And honestly, it is the best thing for you and for your job, because I know for a fact, I know from my experience and from the experience of my clients, that when you burn out, you are no good to anyone, to yourself, to your family, or to your job. By giving yourself time off, giving yourself the gift of time off, really taking that time for yourself, you show up differently, you are re-energized, and you're able to get back to whatever you need to do when you get back into the office without feeling that sluggish feeling or overwhelmed. So I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you heard, be sure to click subscribe on your podcast app so you never miss an episode. You can also get my 5 simple steps to reduce overwhelm today for free by visiting me over at cpa-moms-coach.com. If you'd like some free coaching around an issue you are experiencing, go over to my website and schedule a free mini session.